Okay, here's our very last unit, Unit M. We're going to talk about translations of figures in this particular section. This entire unit has to do with transformations of shape. So that means we're going to be doing things like sliding a shape one direction or another, rotating a shape around some degree, reflecting it, flipping it upside down, or looking at a mirror image of it. Those are things that are called transformations, and we'll look at individual ones, making it bigger or smaller. We'll do a dilation or a shrink or an expansion, things like that. Today, we're going to look at translating the figures. So a transformation will change the position, the shape, or the size of a figure. So basically, a picture like this, we have a triangle A, B, C, and we're going to change it, and it's going to become something called A prime, B prime, or C prime. So we move it, and we call the resulting figure, we use these primes with the letters to sort of talk about the image of the pre-image. So we have something called a pre-image, which is the original figure. So this ABC, this triangle, would be the pre-image. After I conduct the transformation, the resulting image right here is called the image. So that's the pre-image is the first shape, the image is the second shape. So today we look at a translation. It's a transformation that maps all points of a figure the same direction in the same direction. You're going to write the translation image with a T. Capital T stands for translation. Some people call a translation a shift. We're going to move it to the left or right or up and down, or maybe a combination of both. So the capital T means a transformation of the pre-image, triangle ABC, and it equals triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. So a translation is a rigid motion with the following properties. If we translate ABC to A prime, B prime, C prime, then segment A prime would equal segment B prime, which would equal segment C prime. So in other words, these red lines would all be the same measure because we're moving every dot the exact same distance. AB would equal A prime, B prime. So AB, this segment would be identical to this one because all we're doing is taking that segment and moving it. We're not changing the size of it. The same would be true for the other two segments. And of course, the measures of the angles would not change either. The measure of angle A would equal the measure of angle A prime. Angle B and angle B prime would be the same. So if that angle, for example, were 40 degrees, that angle would also be 40 degrees. So every angle would stay the same. We sometimes call that it maintains, its size, its shape, and its orientation. So nothing changes. It just moves to a different location. A translation does not change size, shape, or orientation. Size, of course, would be how big or small the shape is. The shape would stay exactly the same. A triangle would remain a triangle. Orientation means it's not rotated in any way, shape, or form, or flipped. So there's our notes for a translation. Let's look at some examples to really get the idea of what a translation is all about.